Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy Kenza James. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, do ensure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any tutorial. And why not, if you end up liking this video, do ensure to give me a thumbs up. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft the pattern for this sleeve, this exaggerated sleeve you're seeing. Here's another example of it, the smaller version of it, but it's basically the same thing. And here's another one. So without further ado, let's get into it. Please, I do not reserve rights to any of these pictures. I'm just using it to for illustrative purposes. So they are not mine. I'm not the original designer, and the pictures are not mine. So mind you, the sleeve is not a functional sleeve. It's just for design purposes. It's just aesthetically pleasing. As you can see, it does not touch her arm, or is not fitting in the arm side, neither the shoulder side or anything. So it does not have any functionality as a sleeve. It's just for aesthetics. So guys, what you want to do is to take your measurements from wherever you want to attach your exaggerated sleeve from. Sometimes some people do it around somewhere around the belly button to the under bust. So anywhere you want it to start from, that's where you go ahead and put your tape there. Then you make sure your hand holds this side. Make sure you cross it to your bust side, over your bust. You put your hands there, then you bring it to somewhere around your shoulder. That's for the higher one. You bring it here, then you turn your client, you measure till you get to where you want it attached on the back side. So you should stop somewhere on the midpoint. That's the back line, the center back line, because what you want to do is to tuck it into your zipper or your lace or whatever you have there, or you can just attach it without tucking it into your zipper and still use appliques or stones or anything to cover the where it stops. So wherever it is, you just use it like that. So secondly, for the one that passes to the sleeve, wherever you want it to pass, you go ahead and measure from that point. Then let's assume I do not want it on the bust. I'll bring it to the sleeve and then back to the back as well, the way I stated the first one. So you want to get that measurement. So for this mannequin, I'm just going to be doing the pattern. So for this mannequin, I have around 25 inches from here to the back of the mannequin. So let's get into drafting. So guys, what we'll do on our pattern paper now is to go ahead and fold our pattern paper, or let's just assume it's on fold so that I don't waste a lot of pattern paper. So we assume this side is on fold. So what we do is to mark. Now we are going to start off with the one that goes sideways. I'm going to put a picture of it up here for you to see. So I'll just draw a line here that I'm going to use as my guideline. So I'll just go ahead and make a line here like so. So now what I have when I folded it was I had like 20 inches. Now I'm going to divide that 20 by 2 because I'm assuming this pattern paper is on fold, so it's going to give me 10 inches. Now I'm going to mark 10 inches on this guideline here like so, but that's not the point. I'm going to stop. Now in between the whatever I have there, in between the sleeve, I need a lot of allowance, because if you notice, it's not lying down flat to her skin, like it's not pressed against her skin. I'll extend my guideline. So I'm going to be adding around 10 inches, another 10 inches to it, or you can do 15 inches depending on how wide you want it to be. So let me do 10 inches. So I'm dividing 10 by 2 as well. Then it's going to give me 5 inches. So I'll mark that 5 inches here. So which is a total of 15 inches here. By the time I open it, be aware that this is going to be 30 inches. Now I'm going to determine the length of the sleeve. So I'm going to do 11 inches. So I'll mark 11. You can do more or less. This thing totally depends on how big you want or how small you want it to be. So I'll mark 11 inches like so. Then I'll go ahead and square that line. It just looks like it's a basic square. Yes, it is, but it has a little bit of difference. It has a little bit of work to be done. So on this line now, I'll mark 15 inches here as well, because what I want here is a square. So when I mark my 15 inches, I'll go ahead and square it to this one here like so. Then on the lower side here, that's what gives it that sort of nice look that you're seeing, because ordinarily you can work with a basic square and think that is it, but it might not sit well. I'm going to go in by 3 inches from here. You come in by 3 inches on the lower side, then you connect these 3 inches to this point like so. You can see now. You just go ahead and cut out this side, because this side, no, this line no longer becomes useful. So you go ahead and cut out this side. So this one would work for the lower side one, not the, it works best for the one that passes under your bust, that does not really get up to your bust side. That's not the higher one of it. So this is it. So I'll cut this guideline. Now what you want to do is to go ahead and cut this on your fabric. Then here is unfold, so I'm just going to write unfold here so that I remember. So by the time you're using this, you go ahead and cut out this piece on your fabric. You cut out a lining piece for it. Then you're going to cut out hairstay on both your lining and your fabric. Then after cutting out hairstay, you use this hard collar gum. So you're going to cut one piece of the collar gum as well. Then you infuse all of them together. Now you can, for it to stand stiff, you can decide to add boning here and here. That's up to you. Ridgeline boning will be just fine for this purpose. Now what you do is to go ahead and pleat, or whatever design you want to make on your own, you go ahead and do it. So you pleat it like so, or whatever you want to do. You can make gathers, you can make pleats, depending on what you want. Sorry guys, the paper is a little bit stubborn. So you go ahead and pleat it like so. So you see how it's already taking shape like so. So I would place it on the mannequin and take a picture of it for you to see how it looks like. So this is it for this other one. Now by the time you place it, it looks really nice. Don't forget that this side is unfold, so the other side of it is the one that goes to the front side, then this other side goes to the back side, or this one on the front side, depending on which sleeve you want to put it on. Now this one that I've drafted is, if you're putting this side on the front side, is going to be for the right hand side if you're putting it on the front side. But if you're putting it on the back side, this is the left hand sided one. Now let's drop this aside and I'll show you how to draft the second sleeve. For this sleeve, I'm not going to assume that it's unfold, so I'm going to actually fold it so that you would see what we are doing. So you remember when I measured the body, I got around 25 inches. So similar to the front side. Now I'm not even going to bother to mark any guideline. I'm going to mark the line, how long I want it. For this one, is usually not too wide, so when you do it, mind you, I didn't add sewing allowance to the other one. You go ahead and add your sewing allowance round. So the maximum, it shouldn't be more than 7 inches, guys. So I'm going to mark 7 inches here. Then I'll mark another 7 inches going, or 7 inches is even too much. I find it much. Let's do 5 inches, or yeah, let's do 5. I'll mark 5 inches here. Then I'll come up and mark another, or let's make the length 6. So I'll mark 6 inches like so. So I have 5 inches from here to here. I have 6 inches here. Now if you notice, that one is sort of like a curve, so I'm going to measure the length that I have for my for that. So I have 25. So because I have it on fold, I'm going to divide 25 by 2, which I'm going to have 12.5. So I'll mark 12.5. Now because it's not pressed against the skin, I will end up adding, let's say, 10 inches to it, just like we did to the back. So 10 inches to the other one. 10 inches divided by 2, we have 5. So I'll measure what I have here. In total I have 17.5. I'll keep that measurement aside. Now on this side here, I'll go up by the length of the sleeve, which is 6 inches. So I'll mark 6 inches here. I'll go ahead and square. Now I'll measure that 17.5 here as well, just so that I have accurate lines. I'll go ahead and square that point like so. Now I'm going to connect this side, because if you look at the sleeve, it's sort of like it goes like a curve. So I'll connect this one to this point that we have here, which is our starting point. Ignore this measurement, guys. So I'm connecting this lower side to this point and this one to this point. So using my curve, make sure you don't do this in a straight line. Go ahead and make use of your curve. You just slightly, and let it be a subtle curve. So I'll just gently go ahead and connect like so. Then I'll do the same thing to the upper side. I'll go ahead and connect like so. Now by the time I do that, I'm going to take out, because I want the edges here to be pointed. I don't want it to be sharp like so. So I'm going to decide either to take out this, either you take out this side and make here smaller, or you go ahead and pleat. So let's just work with pleating, but you can go ahead and take out 1 inch here, 1 inch here, and connect it back to the line, so that this side will be 3 inches, 4 inches, and here will be 6 inches. But then let's work with pleats instead. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out so that I will show you. Mind you, I've not added any sewing allowance, so you can go ahead and add your sewing allowances. So now here we have it. So I'll place it on the mannequin for you to see, but then you can go ahead and pleat this side like so, and you pleat this side as well, right? Now for you to give it structure, you're going to go ahead and cut this out, add your sewing allowances round. You cut this out on your main fabric, and the most times is satin fabric, that or fabrics like that are used for this. So you cut out the main fabric and the lining fabric. The lining fabric is mostly the same satin fabric as well, so you interface them with hairstay and then a collar gum as well. Then you go ahead and use boning on this side. For this one, you put 3 tiers of boning. You go ahead and add, and mind you, Ridgeline boning does not work well on this. you need that strong aluminum or iron boning, metal boning. I'll go ahead and put the picture of that boning up for you to see. So you put one here and you put the other one here, then one in the middle. You know that bonings that I use for petticoat is the same one. You go ahead and do it. I'm going to come with a video um of how to sew this sleeve. But then if you really want to see the video, let me know. That will encourage me, because I don't want to buy all those things and end up wasting it and you don't enjoy the video. So if you really want to see the video, you let me know so that I can buy those things and make them the sleeve, or make a dress with the sleeve for you to see. So basically that is it. So now I'm going to be showing you the pictures,
So for
what
the
it
higher
looks like
one,
on the
this is what it
mannequin.
looks like. You can see I made a pleat there. You can double pleat it, whatever you like. And sincerely, you can change the shape to whatever shape you like. So this is what it looks like. I just tipped it down on the mannequin for you to see. So you can see it is not a functional sleeve, guys. So do not be deceived because it is called a sleeve. It is not functional. I'm not even comfortable calling this a sleeve, because more or less this is just additions like appliques to your garment to just give it beauty. But I mean, since you say we are comfortable calling it sleeves, let's just say it's a sleeve. This is what it looks like, right? And it comes out really cute. You can actually bead these, add ruffles or appliques and all. And then this is the lower one, which is the wider one that does not go across the bust. Don't forget, we just had half of the panel, and I did not because of that I'm not pivoting it towards the back, so you can see it's still looking cute. So don't forget, if you want to use it, you're going to be needing boning and a lot of it. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. Bye.